Welcome back to Hollywood Recapped. Today I am going to recap a romance drama movie titled The Second Wife, which was released in the year 1998. The film begins with Anna, a single mother of a small daughter named Santini, and remarrying an older man named Fosco, who has a teenage son named Olivio. During the wedding, one of the community's aunts, Fernanda, volunteers to look for Santini while Anna and Fosco go on their honeymoon in Paris. During the party, everyone in the neighborhood comments on the marriage, with some saying that the wedding will stress Fosco out. Some believe it is the best option. Olivio, on the other hand, wears black sunglasses that hide his entire countenance. When it's time for photos, Fosco asks Olivio to take off his sunglasses and tells Anna that it's always noticeable when Olivio isn't happy. After the formal marriage ceremony, all of the visitors leave, and the newlyweds, Anna and Fosco, return home to arrange for their honeymoon. One of Fosco's friends calls him that night as they gather their belongings to check on an antique. He accompanies his friend to inspect it, and they inform him that the truck is vacant, so he enters to check. While at home, Olivio enters the house under the impression that his stepmother is not around. He is surprised to see her, and she speaks to him with a bright expression, asking him what he wishes as a gift from Paris. Meanwhile, Fosco enters the truck and his friend warns him that the cops are on their way, so they all flee and hide until the cops leave. He comes late at night, gets intimate with Anna, and informs her they are going on their honeymoon the next day. They both leave for their honeymoon the next day, as decided, leaving Santini behind with the Olivio. They return after a few days, and Santini caresses her mother. Anna visits Santini and Fernanda, giving Fernanda the gift she brought back from Paris, and inquiring after the well-being of her daughter. Fernanda asks her how she feels about Fosco, and she replies her that he is strange to her. Fernanda informs her that all men are strange. When Fosco meets Olivio, he presents him a gift that appears to be a pencil with a naked woman painted on it. Olivio shows this pencil to his stupid buddies and they ponder how it feels to have sexual relations with a female. Anna becomes closer to other members of the group, as they all discuss and chatter about Paris and her experiences there. They observe Fosco scolding Olivio for not loading the truck properly. While they are talking, he advises him that he must learn to protect himself and not be a pathetic person like his uncle, since he cannot accommodate to separate useless persons. As they head for home, Anna tries to convince Fosco that the language he uses to Olivio is inappropriate and that he may interact to him in a more friendlier manner. Fosco says that Olivio is accustomed to it and that he isn't as troubled as Anna makes it appear. The following day, Fosco goes with his truck and informs his family that he will return in 3 days. Olivio spends his first day away, at his uncle's house. His uncle inquires whether the marriage has improved his father. Olivio affirms, but maintains that Fosco cannot be completely transformed. He goes home that evening after feasting at his uncle's house, so when Anna tells him to have the dinner she had cooked, he obliges. He informs her that he has eaten, and she advises him to get her informed before she cooks. She can't find her daughter in her room that evening, so she enters Olivio's room and discovers Santini near Olivio, who is just on his underpants. Inclined to care, she insists Santini to go to bed right away, but the girl refused. She states Olivio is reciting a story to her, and she wishes to listen till it is finished, and she asks her mother to accompany them, which Anna unwillingly does. The morning of his expected arrival, Fosco returns from his journey. He plays with Santini, while Anna converses with Olivio about the romantic novel she reads. She tells him that while the novel isn't practical, it is romantic. Fosco appears with Santini and talks eating ass in front of this little girl. This irritates Anna. They resolve it and watch a game, and then Fosco and his companions go for grave hunting, where Fosco discovers a golden statue. He refuses to offer his companions and, to his surprise, he hears some small children requesting him to exhibit them the statue. He returns home, enraged, to question Anna about who told everybody about the statue. Anna believes the kids overheard her telling Fernanda about it. Fosco becomes enraged. But Olivio justifies Anna, claiming that grave hunting is common in their society, and that practically everyone is aware of it. Their dinner table is separated, and Olivio walks away, leaving Santini to play Firefly. Anna and Fosco play an intimacy game, when Fosco informs her that he hasn't checked her out yet, but that he would make sure he does. The next day, Olivio and his buddies travel to the beach, where they strip down and swim in the sea. As a young woman that has always watched them out observes and pleasures herself. Olivio stays on the tree that night because of the heat, and Anna comes there to read her book. He invites her to accompany him on the tree, but she declines. She sits down and they talk, and Olivio asks if she considers him a friend or a close relative. She responds that she considers him to be Fosco's son. He questions if he's like her brother, but she says she hasn't talked to him in years. He relates himself to a cousin, and she informs him about her cousin Antonio, who was considerably older than her, yet she admired him. She used to write good stories regarding Antonio in her high school compositions, but he never acknowledged her until he moved to Australia. He mocks her for having a desire for her cousin. The next day, everyone in the neighborhood plays. Centine also plays with Olivio. Anna carries Centine home, and on their walk inside, Centine says Anna that when she grows up, she would marry Olivio. Anna and Centine make light of the situation, with Centine stating that she will beg Olivio to abduct her, and the two will marry. They both hear a ruckus downstairs and discover that Fosco has been detained for the gold statue, while they attend to the visitors. She pays him a visit with Olivio, and he instantly tells her not to worry and assures her that he will be well. All he has to do is lie to the cops about taking the monument from the graveyard. Olivio suggests that they seek assistance from his uncle, but he declines. Back at home, Anna goes to meet with the local politicians and begs them to intervene, but they refuse. She returns to Fosco and discovers he is injured. She is frightened and sad, but Fosco yells at her, telling her that if she is upset, she should not return to him. She should dress up properly so he can visualize her at night, and is intended to assist him with smiles. She returns home depressed, but finds Fernanda partying Olivio's birthday. She becomes enraged at how they can celebrate a birthday when her husband is in bars. However, Fernanda informs her that their culture forbids them from crying and being unhappy. Except her, a Sicilian. Anna leaves to her room, and Olivio comes in to explain, but she dismisses him. She cleans it up alongside Olivio that night after the party, and Olivio's uncle comes. He claims he can't sleep and wishes to pay his respects at Olivio's late mother's grave. The next day, Olivio meets with his aunt, who informs him that his uncle has confessed to being the one who alleged Fosco. When he returns home, he notices Anna has a strange visitor. Anna informs him about the visitor, and that they had discovered someone to assist Fosco. Olivio becomes enraged by her visitor, and throws away his bottled drink. She attempts to pet him in order to figure out what's happening with him. The next day at a neighborhood celebration, he tells her that there's something in his eyes, and she comes closer to assist him and remove it. He kisses her neck and she shows interest, until she gets to controls herself. She dismisses him, and returns to the party. He returns to see her as she is getting her clothing. He invites her to discuss it, but she maintains there is nothing to discuss. He attempts to touch her, but she jerks him away. That midnight, he knocks on her door wearing only his underwear. She is fascinated to him as well, so she clutches her daughter, and pleasures herself. She pulls him out of her door the next morning, and tells him not to attempt it again. Olivio sets her daughter against her that day. She meets him at night, and informs him that he will be departing for Fernanda's house the next day, and must not return till the day his father is back. When he tells her she is in love with him, she hits him fiercely. He goes away drinking with his friends, and returns home, drunken and wounded. She attempts to treat his bruises, but he rejects, claiming that he is nuts like his uncle, and that he would go and dwell with his uncle. She eventually submits to his attempts, and they become intimate. The next day, Anna pays a visit to Fosco in jail, and Fosco sobs tears with her. As she returns home, and continues her affair with Olivio, they encounter a neighbor, Stella. The girl is staring at them as they kiss and play in the drawing room. Olivio informs Stella and concludes that no one will trust her if she tells anyone what she has witnessed. Anna is unable to accept her remorse for what she has done, so she notifies Fernanda. In the end, Fosco gets freed from prison, and the town throws a welcome back party for him. During the party, Fosco goes to the sea and encounters Stella, who tells him what occurred. He reminds Olivio after the party that they must forgive each other, or they will not be able to go in peace before going to bed. Olivio and Anna exchange final uneasy stares that night. She enters the room again, and Fosco caresses her for sexual activity. He pleasures himself on top of her, smirking, while Anna sobs beneath him. At the end, Olivio marries and the family takes a family photograph. And the film ends here. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe if you liked the video. It helps the channel a lot. See you in another recap video.